What is going on, guys? This is Ryan Johnson with moneybass.com. All right, guys, let's see who we have chiming in this evening. Just decided to do a quick live stream just to follow up for you guys that are going to be fishing Lake Eufaula. Get some feedback, maybe pull a few of you guys up here, just kind of exchange some ideas, thoughts, and see how everybody's been doing. It is pretty much mid-season for us with the Rob Benders Bass Club. So just wanted to touch bases with you guys, see how things are going for you guys as far as your tournament season goes, where you're at in the standings, all of that good stuff. So we'll just wait a few minutes as people begin to come into the live stream. And also, as you come in, make sure you hit the like button on the way in, guys. And if you are watching this on a rebroadcast, make sure you still hit the like button, guys. Just show a little support for the channel. And also, as you come in, please go ahead and hop into the chat. Just let me know who is in here. Just leave a quick comment in the chat. Make sure that just let me know if you can hear me okay, see me okay. Everything's looking good, sounding good. See, we have a few people coming in. Let me just check something on my phone real quick, guys. All right, guys. So yeah, I see we have a few people in here. So as you come in, let me know, is anybody going to be fishing the BFL this weekend on Lake Eufaula? Or if you have fished it in the past, just let me know how you did. Just drop a few comments in there as we wait for people to come in, sign in, get into the chat. All right, I see a few people hopping in. All right, let me turn this down. All right, so I see we have Kelly Reese. Blew out my knee on Sunday, so I'm going to miss Eufaula. Man, yeah, that knee. Definitely need that to fish Eufaula because it can get kind of rough out there. Hope you're doing all right with that knee. Hope you get a quick recovery on that. Were you going to be fishing as a boater, as a co-angler? What was your plans for Lake Eufaula this weekend? All right, and again, guys, just giving a few minutes for some for everybody to kind of hop into the live stream before we get started. And in the meantime, okay, so you're going to be fishing as a co-angler. Yeah, co-angling, I mean, that can be pretty nice. You get to kick back, relax a little bit, and let somebody chauffeur you around the lake and hopefully take you to some good spots. All right, so yeah, you were looking forward to it. All right. All right, so guys, as you join into the live stream, please just hop into the comment section. Let me know who is back, return visiting, or maybe you're a new viewer, new subscriber. If you like the information from the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. Also, don't forget to check my catalog. I have a lot of videos. I pretty much fish Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and South Carolina. So pretty much those southeastern states, guys. So we can exchange some information, some notes, things like that. Just let me know how you guys have been doing out there on the lake. All right, so we have, let's see, Kelly Reese also says, shallow frog and current breaks, I hoped. Yeah, that's the thing about that co-angling. There's a lot of hoping going on in there, but you have to be ready for just about anything. But yeah, this time of the year, I'm pretty sure those frogs, they'll be on that frog bite, which is always a good bite. Hitting them with that 50-pound braid. Yeah, nice. All right, and we have Lewis Jolly, good from Gunnersville. All right, looking good, sounding good, so everybody can hear me okay? Oh yeah, Lake Gunnersville, that is another big fish lake. Gunnersville has always been pretty tough for me. I mean, I can squeak out 5 fish on that lake, but man, it is tough, especially finding those big ones for me. So I haven't really put in a lot of time on that lake once I received my live imaging and my 360. So yeah, I just need to put in some time on that lake before I get a little better on Gunnersville. All right. I see some more guys chiming in here. We have Mark Scott. Good to see you. Good to have you back. Mark from Ohio. Yeah, so Mark is always hitting me up on Instagram, showing me some good pictures of all those different styles of fishing that they're doing up there. All right, so who else do we have coming in here? We have Stephen Walden. All right, I'm gonna have to bring you up here so we could talk a little bit. You missed the live stream last time, but you're here on time this time. So we haven't really got started yet. So you said, what have you missed? Nothing really. Just kind of waiting for some guys to chime in, some more people to come into the live stream, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Not really expecting a lot of guys to hop on tonight because I did not really announce it in advance. Just kind of put up a quick thumbnail for it today. So we'll see. Maybe a few more guys will hop in, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And while we're waiting on that, let's just check something real quick. So hopefully I'll be able to bring up this map. Sometimes it does kind of lock the computer up, guys, so that may not work. Let me just check it out real quick while we're waiting to get started. So can you guys see that the map on the screen? And let's just see if it's working okay. All right, let's see. Move that back. All right, so that is Lake Eufaula, guys. We have, let's see, let me go back to my regular screen. We have Michael Jenkins checking in from Charlotte, North Carolina. So, hey, guys, looks like we have guys from Charlotte, from North Carolina, guys checking in from everywhere. All right, so Kelly Reese let me know that the map is up. All right, guys, let's see, 6:45. Okay, so yeah, we have a few guys in here, and then the guys that missed the beginning of it or whatever, they may chime in a little bit later, or you may just catch the restream of it, or once I post it on the YouTube channel, you can go back and watch it. So if there's any information in here that you guys missed that you want to go back and check out again, you can always go back and rewatch this video. All right, so Lake Eufaula. Let's see, is there anyone in the chat that is planning on fishing Lake Eufaula this weekend? Or if you have fished BFLs, and especially if you have fished a BFL on Lake Eufaula? Anybody in the chat? And as everybody comes in, like I was saying, just make sure you hop into the chat. Just kind of introduce yourself. We'll just be kind of talking back and forth, and I'll bring one or two of you guys up if anybody wants to come up to kind of talk a little bit. And basically, what we're going to go over tonight is just a little bit about Lake Eufaula, a little bit about running that lake. If any boaters are in the chat, you know that Lake Eufaula can be a dangerous lake depending on the water level. And this time of year, those alligators in that lake, they are not sleeping. those alligators in that lake are going to be kind of swimming around. They're going to be active. So you have that to deal with. So we'll talk about that, go over a few baits. And I will put links in the description to any products that we talk about, and also links in the description from my past tournaments that I had on that lake. So the last time I was there, it was real tough, guys. The weather came in kind of like what we're looking at this weekend coming up. I know you guys have checked that weather report, and that rain will make Lake Eufaula a brutal lake, especially if you get caught down south, down towards that dam. All right, let's see who else we have coming in here. We have Lewis Jolly says, I was a marshal on Lake Eufaula for MLF. Wow. Now I know that must be some exciting things to tell about that. So just once I drop the link, if any of you guys want to come into the chat, just make sure you hop in. All right. And we have Chicken Hawk. Chicken Hawk has stepped into the live stream. Are you going to come up, Chicken Hawk? What's up? I'm going to bring you up. You're going to come up because I think we have some unfinished business on Logan Martin, maybe. Logan Martin this weekend. Is that what we were talking about? All right, Chicken Hawk, we'll see. I'll bring you up in a second. All right, so let me see. Stephen Walden says, I'm not saying anything. Let's see. I am not saying anything. Why is that, man? Do you have some inside info? Do you have something good that you could kind of share just a little bit with the fellas? All right, so, okay, guys, look at this right here. This right here is Chicken Hawk. He is a person that has been trying to catch me out on the lake for a while, thinking that he can possibly bring in a little bit more weight than me. But what about Logan Martin on Saturday? Okay, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. All right, guys. So Lake Eufaula. Let me go ahead and bring up this map real quick, and we'll just start off with the mapping. Where we generally blast off from is Lake Point, and I think for the BFL, well, I'm pretty sure for the BFL, that is where you guys are going to be blasting off from. So let's just bring that up. We will go over blast off, just kind of running the lake a little bit. Then we'll talk about different areas of the lake and what you might want to, what you can expect. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and pop up one more. Darren Pearson. Let's talk about Chickamauga too. All right, so Darren Pearson had a good time down there on Chickamauga. He pulled in the first place out, guys. So congrats on that first place finish. We'll have to save Chickamauga for some other time though, because these guys want to know about Lake Eufaula. All right, so here we go. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. So I'm kind of looking back and forth, guys. I have more than one screen up. So let's just see if I can get this to come up for you guys. Zoom in a little bit. All right. So here we go, guys. Lake Point Resort. So this is pretty much the area where the blast off is going to be taking place. Hopefully you guys can see that on the screen. All right, so let's just talk about running the lake real quick. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. So like I was saying, guys, running this lake, you have to make sure that you stay inside of that channel. And they do have some markers that you can use to stay inside of the channel, especially on blast off. So what we generally do is blast off from here. So a lot of tournaments come out from this area right here also. So as you're coming out through here, you're going to kind of have to zigzag, and there's markers out there, like I said, that will kind of guide you through that. And also I will post another video maybe tomorrow or what's today? Tomorrow or Thursday, and kind of give you guys a little more information about that as far as running the lake. But you just want to make sure you stay inside of those markers as you're zigzagging and coming through here. And once you make it out to the channel, you see this white line right here? You see how this thing zigzags. And if you kind of look at this dark area in here, that's very, very shallow. Now you will see some of the locals, and especially depending on that water level. Let me just go back up so you can see where you enter in from. But you'll see a lot of those locals, they'll hit it and they'll go ahead and put the pedal to the floor, coming straight down through here. I would not do that unless you have taken the time, I'd say ahead of time, to kind of go through here and create a trail that you can follow on tournament day. But to be on the safe side, what I generally do is I just follow this channel right here. And using your mapping, that's something that you definitely want to do. And based on the weather that's coming in, guys, there's probably going to be a lot of floating debris and things like that. So you want to make sure that you are watching out for stuff like that. It's not really worth damaging your boat, and definitely not worth getting hurt out there on the lake. So like I said, for me, I just follow this line. And this is if you're going to run down lake, where generally there will be some clearer water, but with the amount of rain that looks like it may be coming in, can't really say how clear the lake is going to be. But basically, once you make it to these two bridges, you're kind of all right from there. It's a little bit easier to run this lake once you get out to this part. And this can go all the way down to the dam, which is down on the south end. So let's just zoom back out a little bit. And you see that would be quite a run if you go all the way down to the south end. So you're still coming down here, and you still want to make sure you stay inside of that channel, guys. And like I said, you always want to keep watching out for that floating debris. All right. And so see, we're still going. And there is the dam. So if those winds come in, and once those winds come in, guys, you really don't want to be down too far on this end of the lake, because trying to make it back up, and believe me from experience, I got caught down on that end one time when the winds picked up and my boat was not able to get back over those waves. And I eventually had water that got into my into the motor. So I had to get somebody to come and tow me back. And I was able to get everything cleared out. But hey, it's definitely not something that you want to chance. Things are kind of looking bad, guys. So let's go back up to blast off area, which is right here. If you head back up this way, there isn't as many areas where you're going to find boat docks and things like that, but there's more areas where you are more likely to find grass, more of that shallow water, things like that. So in this area right here, and let me just zoom in a little bit for you guys again real quick. So you can kind of start seeing it. And this is Google Earth. So if you guys want to pull this up on your own and start marking waypoints or looking at areas that you want to fish, this is always a good tool to use before you head out to a lake, especially if it's a lake that you haven't been to before. But see how you can kind of see these areas in here? That's areas where you will find grass and things like that, if that is something that you want to look for. So we're talking about frog fishing. Frog fishing. And for me, I actually caught my biggest fish up this way throwing a Alabama rig, and I was working that through lily pad stems. It was before the lily pads had actually came all the way up, but the stems were there, but not the actual lily pads themselves. All right, so that is just some basic information as far as running the lake, guys. And as I was saying, that more stained water is going to be up in this area where you're blasting off at, and you can kind of see just from the looking at the maps where you can see the water is a little more stained up this way. And as you come up here, that stained water heads down from this way, and it heads all the way down going towards the dam. So as you get closer to the dam, the water may clear up a little bit, but again, it just depends on how much water they're pulling and how muddy or stained that water gets, and it can get very, very stained. All right, guys, let's see. Has anybody else hopped into the comments? Anybody else? All right, so we have Texas Noop 22. Good to have you back. What's up? What's up? All right. Let's see. Okay. So does anybody have any questions, any comments, anything like that about actually running the lake? Not too familiar with it, but that's really the gist of it. And actually, the other thing I want to tell you guys, most of the time when I see alligators, I'm seeing them in this area up here and coming back up this way. I don't really see them as much once I get down below these two bridges. All right. So let's see. Let's see. What do we have next? All right, so we talked about the lake, water clarity, different areas that you want to fish. The other thing, if you guys are into boat docks, things like that. And the other thing, of course, Lake Eufaula is famous for brush piles. So if you are somebody that likes to fish offshore, scanning these offshore areas, you just have to put in a little time and you can find your brush piles and things like that out there. All right, so let's see, what else do we have? Okay, like I was saying, once you start heading down more towards the south end, you'll start seeing docks and things like that. So if that's the type of cover structure, things like that you're looking for, you'll start seeing that down towards the south end. So as you start looking at these on the main lake and also on the channel, on the coves itself. Let me just go down just a little bit more. All right, so there we go. So you'll start seeing docks and things like that. So the farther down you go, the more docks you'll see. Then you'll start getting into some coves and things like that. So if that's something that you're into, definitely take a look at that. All right, and then we have Stefan. Let's see what he has to say. Where'd you go? All right, are you going to jump in the BFL? No, I will not be fishing the Lake Eufaula BFL. We are basically halfway through our tournament season, so I'm kind of taking a break for maybe just a few weeks. But then again, I might have to meet somebody down on. They see that comment right there. I might have to meet somebody on Logan Martin this Saturday. I know once I tell him that I'm going to be there, something's going to come up, and he's not going to make it. All right, let's see who else we have hopping in here. So we have Darren Pearson says, if you have Humminbird, I'm thinking you're referring to the mapping, but yeah, so that mapping is real good on those Humminbird systems. You can set up the the depth highlight so that you can avoid those shallow areas. That is definitely a good tool to use whenever you're running a lake like Lake Eufaula. All right, then Darren Pearson says, if you have Humminbird, Lake Master Chip does not work up the river past Lake Point. Right, that is correct. So once you start going, Let me just. All right. Let me see. Okay, there we go. We have it working again. All right, so let me just zoom out. And basically what he's referring to is once you come up, back out from that blast off area and you take off and you head this way, on your Lake Master chip, you are not going to find too much of anything on that. I'm not sure about Navionics. I do run a Navionics chip on one screen and Lake Master on the other one, just for situations like that. And another thing you guys can do is just download the Navionics app and keep that on your phone, because there will be a lot of situations where if you're running Lake Master, you may not have that lake on that Lake Master chip, so you can easily go to your phone and at least get it to where you can navigate your way around and avoid some dangerous areas on different lakes. So just download that app on there. Okay, let's see. So Kayla Reese says audio. So yeah, I think my audio went out for a second. Is it all right now, guys? If the audio sounds good now, just put a 1 in the chat for me. So if the video and everything is back working okay, just pop a 1 in the chat for me. Let me know. All right, let me just check real quick. Let me just try something, see if this will work. All right, there we go. Okay, I see some ones popping in there. Okay. All right. The next thing that we can talk about, guys, are just I don't know if any of you guys watched the video that I just uploaded maybe 1 or 2 days ago about some lures and things like that as far as Lake Eufaula. So it was last year we had a tournament around this time, and the fish were kind of in that transition mode, and when I was able to locate those fish kind of midway into coves is what I focused on. And one of the main things that I caught my fish with was a shaky head. So not saying that's going to work, guys, because if you are familiar with Lake Eufaula, something that is working on a Friday may not work on a Saturday. Something that's working on a Saturday may not work on a Sunday. That lake kind of will change up on you, and that water current is very, very important as far as that goes. All right, so just real quick, I'll just show you some of the baits that I used. And what I was saying was, hold on just a second, guys. Let's see. All right, so what we can do, let me take this and just head back to the main screen, guys. What we can do is just go through a quick breakdown of some of the lures that I have found that are effective on that lake. And then once we do that, I will pull a few of you guys up, 1 or 2 of you guys maybe that I've talked to ahead of time, see if you want to hop in and just kind of talk about your experiences with BFLs and also with fishing Lake Eufaula. All right, so one of the first things I wanted to talk about is going to be my shaky head setup. So with that, I was throwing a 1/4 ounce weight, and with the shaky head, trick worm, magnum shaky head worms. And depending on that water clarity, for me, I like to keep it simple. So I'll just show you real quick. Nothing special, guys. Magnum shaky head worm, just a pointed tail worm. Then you have your trick worms that will work very well whenever they're finicky and you need something of that nice finesse bait. I don't know if that's going to work this weekend, guys. I'm just showing you some of the things that I use, and I'm saying that because of the weather. And actually, let me pull that up real quick after I show you these things. But if you need something with a little more water displacement, don't forget that you can use something that has kind of like that speed vibes type of tail to it to give a little bit more movement and water displacement. All right, so the other thing that I did want to talk about, guys, is that the weather report. So have any of you guys looked at the weather report that is coming up for this weekend, and actually for the few days that are leading up to this weekend? Has anyone pulled that up? I'm going to go ahead and pull it up now real quick. And what I look at is WeatherBug. Let's see. Let me just pull that up real quick for you guys. And we'll see if you can actually see it if I show it to you. All right, so Lake Eufaula. And what I do is actually put the pin that will show the weather directly on the boat ramp that I'm launching from to get it as accurate as possible. All right, so The 10-day forecast. Let me just hold this up and see if you guys can see this. Just give me a second. Give me a second. See if I can get it lined up. Nah, I don't think it's going to come in. But you can kind of see right here where you... Okay, there we go. There we go, guys. So by the time so Thursday and Friday, which are pretty much going to be the prime times where people are pre-fishing, we have a 70%, 70 degrees, 40% chance of rain. Then we have 50% chance of rain on Friday and Saturday. That is what I'm currently seeing on there, guys. And it is also saying thunderstorms. So with thunderstorms, it probably should be pretty windy too. So I don't know if they may what do they determine whether they cancel the events or not, guys? I don't really know the specifications on that, but that's something to think about. So that is definitely something that you need to put into your game plan as far as what you plan on doing on the lake. For me, something like that will tell me that jerkbait fishing probably will be out of the question because that water clarity there is going to be terrible, guys. But something like a buzz bait, like I was saying before, guys, that's something that can still be effective on that lake, even when the water is stained, because the fish are going to be relating to structure. So brush piles are something that you definitely want to keep in mind because they're going to be pulling up and trying to relate to different types of structure. But just real quick, so that was my shaky head setup. Another thing that Lake Eufaula is known for, guys, are chatterbaits. And for me, even when the water clarity is very low, and I'm the water visibility. So if you have very stained water, some people will switch up to like those darker colors. So maybe like black and blues, reds, things like that. But actually for me, I found that in clearer water and in stained water, having that white and chartreuse is still something that is very effective. But what I will change up is the trailer. So if the water is real stained, I'll put something on there like a Z Craw. Those tails right there provide a lot of action and a lot of water displacement. So that's just something to keep in mind, guys. So that chatterbait might be something that you want to look into. If that weather is going to do to that lake what I think it's going to do, you're definitely going to want something like that, like a chatterbait, spinnerbait, things like that. And the other thing, one of my it's really growing on me, something I'm really starting to like, guys, are these flashy swimmers. So with this, you can actually rig this to where it's weedless. That hook just goes right into there and right into the slit of that bait. So you can fish that weedless, and you can put a Colorado blade on there, and then they also have it with the willow leaf blades. And this is just the flashy swimmer. I normally throw a 5/0 1/4 ounce. And like I said, you can fish this weedless. This is good for docks, grass, pretty much everything that you can think of on Eufaula. You can use this. You can weave this in and out of laydowns and everything, guys. Very effective bait. Something you might want to check into. And keep in mind, I will put links in the description to any of the products that I talk about. And if anyone in the comments starts mentioning anything, I'll try to put links to the lures that they are talking about in the comment section too. All right, guys, let me see. What is next? I guess that's all we got to talk about as far as the lures, but I want to get some people. Let me go ahead and drop the link in the chat. Hold on just a second. Just get some things cleared up real quick, guys. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. Stefan, if you are still in the chat, let's bring you up real quick. And if anybody else is going to be fishing BFL or if you fish Lake Eufaula, just leave a comment down in the chat and let me know. All right, let me drop this in the chat. If anybody wants to hop up, and I will pull you up. We can chit chat a little bit, have a little fun, guys. Basically, guys, we're just here to have fun. Just get prepared for the tournaments and just kind of discuss things like how are you doing out on the lake? If you're fishing any tournaments, has anybody been placing or winning any tournaments? All that good kind of stuff. You can brag a little bit if you want, guys. Let's just have a little bit of fun with it. All right, so I dropped the link in the chat. If you want to come up, just click on that link, and then I will pull you up. And let me go ahead and check something else real quick. Let's just see who wants to come up today, guys. All right, hold on 1 second. 1 second. All right. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's see who else we have. We have a few comments that have popped up. All right, we have Texas Nuke 2010 says, "What is the depth of that setup?" Let me see. Which setup are you referring to? Is it the depth that you would focus on the lake? If that's the question, I would say Lake Eufaula. You're primarily going to be fishing shallow water, especially if you are fishing when that water is stained. But offshore, depending on where you locate those brush piles, the depths may change as far as where you find those fish at. So for me, I would say right now, based on what I'm seeing as far as that weather report, that 10 to 12 feet may be the deepest that I go, unless I find some type of structure. If you have live imaging, guys, of course, that is going to be a game changer for you when you run into these type of conditions. All right, let's see. So we have Stephen Walden says, "Yes, sir." All right, let's see what Chicken Hawk says. "You know me, I'm number one. Two is not a winner, and three, nobody remembers." All right, all right, all right. And then Stephen says, "Rain down on me." Yes, guys, it looks like that rain is not something that you're going to be able to get away from. So you definitely want to come and be prepared for that. All right, guys. So looks like nobody is coming up. I didn't plan for this to really be a long live stream, but I will put links in the description so you guys don't really have to go back and check through my catalog of videos. But I will put links in the description for the videos where I was fishing Lake Eufaula and the just the tournament results and things like that. All right, guys, I will give it 1 or 2 more minutes. See if anybody wants to hop up. I thought Stefan was going to hop up here for a minute, but I guess he has changed his mind. And Chicken Hawk, I know he doesn't want to come up here, so I may have to hit him up offline after we get off of the live stream, guys. All right. Okay. So I will put the link. Okay, I see Stefan is trying to come in here. So just look in the chat, and you will see a link for StreamYard. Just click on that link, and you just have to make sure once you click on that link that you mute your YouTube so that it won't have any feedback. And just let me know, do you see that link down there? Just hit a quick comment or something. Just let me know if you see the link in the chat. It should be in there where you can see it. All right, all right. I'm looking. All right, so here we go. All right, guys. Look who we have here. Look who we have here. We have Steph Walden. All right, guys. All right. All right. So, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. Can you hear me fine?
Yep, I can hear you fine. Everything looks good. Sounds good. Let me go ahead and remove this out of the way.
Okay.
So what is going on? I know you are a Eufaula and you are a BFL man. So what kind of thoughts do you have on this?
I was actually digging through some bait. I was bringing that probably come into play, especially given the rain. But if you're fishing down in that clear water, it's a lot of water for it to stain up. It takes usually a few days for it to start staining.
Okay, looks like we're you might be going in and out a little bit. It's not going to start
raining until what? Thursday?
No, I think the rain. Let me just pull it up one more time. But yeah, I mean, even if it starts raining on Thursday, I think by Saturday it's going to be looking kind of rough out there. Let's see. All right, so Thursday. So Thursday is showing that it is a 40% chance of rain. Friday is 50%, Saturday is 50%, and then Sunday is going to jump to mostly sunny.
Yeah.
So if that rain comes in on Thursday, and more than likely What do you think? You think they'll be pulling water? Because that'll speed up that
Oh yeah,
process a
yeah.
lot too.
They'll be pulling water. I mean, down lake will be a pretty hot place. Let's just say that. You know those little grass beds that are down there, that little water willow. People be throwing those buzz baits in there, spinner baits.
Right.
Spinner bait is a sleeper. A lot of people forgot about a spinner bait.
Right.
Everybody
Right.
gonna be
Yeah.
throwing Chatterbaits.
Hey man,
But
what about my flashy swimmer? You know that something might come and nibble on
oh,
that a
most
little bit.
definitely. Most definitely. I'm surprised you even pulled it up there. I don't even know why you showed that.
Yeah.
I got my
So
flashy swimmers on deck now, but I'm gonna show y'all something that I learned and I took away from me from Florida. That's a little different than a buzz toad. It's
okay.
different than a hollow belly frog, and it's just something just a little bit different. I'm gonna bring it on screen real quick. You ever seen this before?
Oh yes, I did see one of those. I started to try one of those out, but I didn't pull the trigger and buy any of those yet. I don't even
Look
know what
here.
it's called. I just saw it and I was like, man, that looks like that's a killer right there.
It is called the reaction innervation shark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so whatever I saw, it wasn't that, but it kind of had some the legs on it were kind of like that.
It gives it it's almost like a whopper plopper that you can bring through the grass. It really displaces a lot of water, a lot of movement, a lot of sound, so that when you start getting that inclement weather, that rain weather, everybody's throwing a buzz bait, everybody's throwing a buzz toad. That's like a good cross in between where you can, if you do have a blow up, you can kill it and it'll sit there or it'll go down into the grass.
Gotcha. Yeah,
And
that's the thing that I was going to say about something like that. You can throw that directly into the grass and just pull it on top of it till you find the little pockets and let it drop into there also.
man, that is one of those baits. Don't forget the old trusted go-to.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Swim
the swim
jig.
jig. Right, right.
But this one has a little added bonus to it. If you can see that, I don't know if you can.
Oh yes, I've seen those before. I don't have any of those, but I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah. So you talk about your flashy swimmer. I'm throwing this in the grass.
Gotcha.
Just especially
okay.
when it's raining, the water does start to get murky or start to get visibility starts to get low.
Gotcha.
Throwing that sucker right
what's
there.
that called? What is that one called?
Man, this is from a tackle store in North Carolina. It's a swim jig with a blade on it. They took a metal wire and put it in the head while they were making the bait.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that's
I don't know what the name of it is from. It's from
yeah.
Dave's Bait and Tackle.
Yeah, because
North Carolina.
that'll prevent that from being broken off. Because the ones that I've seen when they have that hard wire in there, eventually from catching fish or just wear over time, that'll break off. But with that style, looks like it'll last a little longer.
No, this is 5 years old.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
And it's got
okay.
I mean, it rotates here and there, but I mean, I rotate it if I want to have it out, and if I want to have the bait closer to the blade closer to the bait, I rotate it in like this. So if they start missing it, start going after the blade.
Gotcha. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull up another quick. Now, this is a long-term loyal subscriber right here, Chauncey Davis. He is always in the comments, always supporting the channel. I am on deck, fam. Thanks for the wisdom and knowledge today. Hey, man, that's what we try to do, is provide value. That is the goal of the day. That's the goal always, guys, is to provide value. All right, so what do you have next? Up next?
Okay, you guys seen this?
Oh yeah, missile baits, yeah. But
so,
I have a feeling you got a little twist on it.
Yeah, just a regular because you're dealing with bigger fish and Eufaula, you can do one of two things with this. You can actually power shot this. Now, a power shot is a drop shot. It's just upscale gear. So instead of 12-pound line,
right? Yeah, actually, somebody
15-pound line.
Somebody just asked me about that today. Actually, I think it was Chauncey asking about. And let me just ask you this. So his question was, what bait was he talking about throwing? But whatever it was, I can't remember. But he was asking about using 8-pound line. 8 pound. Should he use 8-pound or 10-pound line? I told him 12. I would not put 8-pound line.
You follow the lowest you want to go is 12.
Right.
I mean, you have a chance of catching a double-digit monster down there. and the water's not overly clear, and they're not overly line shot down there. So yeah, you'd be able to get away with 12-pound. Actually, that'd be a good power shot. Is 12-pound on a medium heavy rod.
Right. Yeah.
Just remember, you can't jam it, and it's not 15-pound. But again, you're dealing with some big fish, especially when you get down in that clear water, down off those ledges.
Right.
You're talking about some big girls down there.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, I remember you telling me a while back you fished with a guy that had what did he bring in? Was it? I mean, we don't have to talk about too much of that, but I mean, he had like a 20-pound bag or something, right?
So it's funny you say that. This will be the exact same time of year, exact conditions. If the weather starts to rain and lightning cracking, it's going to be the exact same conditions we fished in the exact same time of year.
All right, guys. Yeah. You heard that. Yeah.
And did you tell them about a special color on Gunnersville? I mean, Eufaula.
No, I mean, I mentioned in a previous video where I just went over some lures. I told them about the plum and the red bug.
That's what I got. I got this, but also don't forget the what's margarita mutilator. Is that how you say it?
Okay, I've heard of that one. I don't have any of those though, but yeah.
What? I got a whole bunch in the garage just for this, just regular old curly tail worm Texas rig. I believe that's how that during the conditions last time old boy caught a 20-pound bag. It was something along those lines.
Gotcha.
Something super simple. This is a Texas rig.
Okay. Hey man, you know, we have somebody else that look like they're itching to come up here to talk a little bit. Let me just see if I can add one more person in here real quick. Let's just check it out and see.
Check it.
Who is that? Who is
Look here, man.
Wait a minute. Do you want an introduction? Do you need an introduction? Hey,
look at the way you hold.
I think everybody know me.
This
everybody know me.
This is about the live stream, so we're about to kind of take a detour. This is Chicken Hawk, guys. Now let's see what you got, what you have right there in your hand.
I don't know how this got here, man. People be, I'm most valuable. I don't know how these things get around. But look at
you gonna do it like you gonna bring on the trophies, huh?
Well, yeah, you know how I do. You know how I do, Steven. Because when I was out on Eufaula, I remember a time being out on Eufaula. Yeah, I caught him with 12-pound line. I caught him off a shaky head. I think it was a 5-pound down there.
Oh, so you don't want to go lower than 12,
right?
Hey, let me tell you something, man. It's not on that end of the. That's not on that end of the pole, baby. It's on this end of the pole. Get with me. Get with me. You gotta know how to work.
So just to shake your head, what color was the worm?
Man, let me explain something to you. Okay, I use it's a color. It's like I'm going to tell you because but it's like an earthworm color. I use it on every lake. It doesn't
wait a minute.
Hey, I'll show you that. I will show you that in person. Okay. Whenever you ready to see it, you get it. I'm giving them
earthworm.
It's earthworm.
It's earthworm.
So when you go to the store, you just say, "Hey, this guy named the Hawk."
Hey man, listen. Don't let us find out that you stop at the base store and get some night crawlers. Talking about earthworm.
I don't need that. Let me tell you.
What's the earthworm color?
It's an earthworm color, and so you present that to them. Okay, it's a natural.
You
color.
Like sand?
Huh?
Like the color sand?
No, it's more like a it's kind of like a watermelon red. And it's kind of, but it's a when you look at it, it looks like an earthworm. It looks like an earthworm color. You throw that out there.
I think I know.
Works on every lake all year long.
I think I know exactly what you're talking. I forgot what it's called. I think I know what you're talking about. I was looking for it to see if I had it.
Yep, and I'm telling you, it's you put it on a shaky head, it's game over.
Okay, game over, huh?
That's game over. Okay, so see, I pulled up on the dock. I put the spot lock on. It was perfect on that day because it was real windy. I probably would have done some serious damage, but I had sinus issues during that tournament. and I had to
Wait
get
a
off
minute.
the lake.
I remember.
Yeah, I know you remember. I know you remember. But let me tell you something. So you can look up the weights if you want to. But let me explain.
Hold on. Let me look up the weights. Hold on.
Look, I'm just trying to tell you. So when I threw it, I pull up on the spot. You know, I got an eye for the fish. So I can see a spot and I know it's a fish there. I have picked it out many a time. And it was right beside a dock. There was a rock, a big boulder like. And I just threw my little shaky head right over there. Shook it a couple of times. And he hit it. And you know what happens when you bite on my end of the on the other end of the stick where I'm holding the other end.
Oh, you broke it off and came back and told us about the fish that got away?
I broke it off. He felt like he broke it off. So after I set the hook, he goes into a slight little cone. They don't do too much fighting after I set the hook. I kind of knock him out. It's like punching somebody. You knock him out, I start pulling him to the boat. By the time he wake up, he in the live well. That's how I roll.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. So Chauncey said it was the Nico Rig. So he was talking about fishing the Nico Rig, and he was asking, should he put it on 8 pound or 10 pound? I told him I would still go with 12 on that Nico Rig.
I still say you could, even if he had it on 10. It's all in how you working it. As long as you not
what line?
You catch the fish.
What line?
He's a co-angler also, so he's not going. I mean, that boat doesn't have brakes on it.
He don't get backboated.
Look, the boat does not have brakes.
Let's not get into that one.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want to revisit that yet. Stephen missed that one, so we might have to revisit that one at a later date. But yeah, so he's gonna be fishing as a co-angler, and that boat doesn't have brakes on it. So when he sets the hook into something on Lake Eufaula, he's not gonna know what it is, and that boat doesn't. Sometimes they don't hear. I got one. That boat may still keep easing forward a little bit. So
this is true.
So
I would tell him. I would just say if your boater is not throwing a shaky head, there's nothing wrong with throwing an old-fashioned shaky head where once you get a hook into him, you can horse him in. Ain't no playing around. A Nico Rig, the only time I throw a Nico Rig is if everybody else is throwing a shaky head, because it's kind of one of the same thing. One's down on the bottom like this, versus one is directly vertical like this. Now, if you see if everybody's fishing a shaky head, it's highly pressured, then go with the Nico Rig. But you can get away with the shaky head with 12-pound line. You don't have to go Nico unless it's just something that you want to do. But there's a Nico Rig is light line. You're not gonna have no boat control. You got a nail wake, so you got a 5/16 weight as opposed to having, a quarter-ounce shaky head. It's hard to control a Nico Rig being a co-angler.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So he said straight fluoro, and he did get the 12-pound line. So I guess he went and picked that up today. So hey, that's the ticket. Now
I'll say this: I use P-line, and P-line I think is stronger. So even if you go 12-pound, it fishes stronger than 12-pound line.
Right.
I can see that. Yeah.
12-pound P-line fishes stronger than 12-pound. Other type of lines.
So to me, I haven't checked, but whenever I check P line, to me it seems like the diameter, like with the same pound line, is a little bit thicker on that P line. That's just from what I remember seeing, but like I said, I haven't checked it lately, so I could be off a little bit from that. But P line just seems like it was a little thicker. But real quick, so we have HB Fishing says, I live at Lake Eufaula. So that is his home lake. HB Fishing, what is your PB? What is that biggest bass that you have pulled out of Lake Eufaula? Because they have those 8s, 10s. Do they have 11s and 12s in there? I know they have some big fish in that lake.
Yeah, they do.
But
a lot of guys say it hasn't been as good since they killed the grass.
Right. Yeah. That was a game changer on that lake too. But those lily pads with those frogs, I mean, that was something that it was known for. But it seems like things kind of changed up.
Remember that lily pad field that was right outside of Lake Point Resort?
Yeah, I remember that very well. Hey, yeah. So there's some certain areas where, I mean, you hit that, and I mean, you can bring. I think I caught 14 pounds out of there before.
But it was for every bass you catch, you lost 5.
Yeah. I mean, you did lose some in there if they pull you down into those pads, but Chicken Hawk seems a little confused.
You caught 14 pounds. Okay, all right.
Don't you upload the stats? Go back and check.
I'm just wondering.
Go back and check. Don't go back and check the stats. Oh man.
Said check the stats.
But yeah, I mean, so I like I was saying, guys, I wasn't really gonna make this a long live stream, but I mean, you guys got anything else that you think might be helpful to the people that are gonna be out there? To me, that weather is gonna be one of the main things that you're gonna have to be on the lookout.
I would say for co-angler.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what your boater is doing. Really pay strict attention to it. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't think about all these. That's why I said, you know, you could do the same thing with a shaky head as opposed to a Nico rig because you don't have the control of the boat. If your boater's throwing, if your boater's throwing a buzz bait or a buzz toad, I mean, try to keep up. I'd say keep up with the same pace as your boater, or you'll end up with a lot of heartache. Especially there, you're just going to end up breaking stuff off and going back with stuff. Don't throw your mega bass jerk bait if he's screaming down the edge.
No.
Look at Ryan's face. No,
you don't want to just throw $25 off into that lake and just leave it there. But what you said, like that buzz toad, having a bait like that,
I've done it, and sometimes guys look back and say, "Break it off."
Yeah, but like that buzz toad thing you were talking about, that type of bait, you can fish it more than one way. I mean, you can skip docks with that. You can fish grass. You can fish brush pile. So it's real, you know, it's real versatile. So things like that, especially as a co-angler, where you need to change it up real quick as far as what you're fishing, that's something that you definitely would want to have, something like that. Because I mean, and also top water. I mean, obviously you can fish that as a top water bait too. So if they start blowing up or anything,
I do like it though. You can't go subsurface it. It looks like a double tail curly grub. It's really a great all around bait. But I sucker planes on top.
Right,
man. It's just it.
Gotcha. Stephanie,
I'm not gonna say the name again for the first time. I'm not saying it no more.
Gotcha. All right, but yeah. So let's see. Yeah, we don't have any new comments coming in. We have a few guys still in the chat, but let's just go ahead and do this. Let's just say the live stream for Lake Eufaula is officially over. Now let's talk about what's going on with your Chicken Hawk, because the live this is kind of off live stream here, guys. So let's kind of get into it.
I'm just trying to understand. So how are you going to send me my money?
Let me see. Have you heard of App Cash?
No, I'm not worried about it. Look, so
App Cash is whenever I send a request to you and you cash app it back. So I'm gonna app cash you to cash app me.
No, see, what we're gonna do is we're trying to all seriousness. And Stephen, Stephen, you can probably help me with this. What I'm trying to do something for the American economy. Okay. And with the American economy, the economy works. The economy of America works when money travels throughout the system. Okay. So Mr. Moneybass here, supposed to meet. I live in Alabama now, and he's in Georgia. So what we're gonna do is we're supposed to meet at Logan Martin. And he's going to travel to Logan Martin with his Georgia money. Okay. I'm going to beat the brakes off of him. And then I will take that Georgia money and I'll spend a little bit of it there. Then I'll come back up to Huntsville and I'll spend it in Huntsville. And see, those same Georgia dollars would have traveled at least a couple hundred miles at that point. And I might give some to somebody. I see somebody on the side of the road, out of state. I say, hey, I'm going to gift you a little bit of money.
Interstate commerce. Okay.
Money, and then they can travel with it too. So we're going to keep the economy going by me going down there and handling a little business this Saturday. Now, some people have been trying to back out of this situation, but we can look at some previous videos where they were talking about June 11th coming to Logan Martin. I used to ride sport bikes, and when I ride sport bikes, I used to do a little street racing at times. You know what I'm saying? And when you jump out, if I jump out on you and you come a little bit, then what we used to call that a chase is a race. So I'm gonna need you to pay me at the end. So come Saturday, if you don't show up, you could either just send that money to me. So you can look at it. You could say now.
Okay.
If that's what you please, that's what you want to say, and I might take a little. I'm gonna still collect the money, but I might take it a little light on you.
Okay. Let's see.
So your thoughts on that?
I want to put 50 on Ryan.
Oh, you might give away money too, right? You must go to the strip club a lot. You just like throwing it away like that, right?
Oh my goodness! Hold on just a second. My calendar just opened up. I'm free on Saturday.
Oh, you free on Saturday?
Did you say Logan Martin?
What if I don't be scared or something? You didn't see nothing but a word.
Hold on, let me pull out the wallet right here. What did you say? You said 2?
Huh?
2. You said 2?
Oh, no. You know what we saying?
200. Hold on, let me count out.
A C note.
C note.
And then wasn't it double? Yeah, you said, but because I was scared of the gas prices, that we would double that. All right, people. Everybody in the chat, you have heard it here live. What time Saturday?
What time is blast off?
Don't really matter. What time Saturday?
You'll blast off at
6:30.
Okay, so we're gonna blast off at 6:30. What time you want to come in?
I mean, what time do you want to come in?
Now you're not gonna start having sinus issues and stuff like that. Talking about you had to leave and go home.
No. You know that's my lake down there. Just like Sinclair's my lake. How I handled you over there. So, that is my lake. Yeah.
You don't want to know what his definition of handled is.
Hey,
you know what?
Let me explain.
So why don't y'all make this a three round bout or a try series?
Why would we do that?
You fish your lake.
See,
yeah.
See, I wasn't when coming up. I wasn't a baseball player. I wasn't a basketball player. So we didn't have series. I played football. Let me explain something about football. The game is set. The date is set. You show up with your best game on that day because that's the day we play. Okay? And I take that same NFL mentality into fishing. You name the date, you name the lake, you show up, and you either handle business or you get handled. It's one of the two.
All right. So we ready to roll. So you heard it, Stephen. Saturday, 6:30. What time we coming in?
I guess
we come in. It doesn't matter to me. 3, 4. Don't make a difference to me.
Well, hold on.
3, 4.
I don't even need that much time. You need that much time?
I don't need that. I'm looking out for you.
How much time you need?
You
need 12 hours?
Probably about 3 hours. That's what I
3
need.
Okay, so you need 3 hours. Okay, so how about we do from till 2 o'clock?
Till 2?
6:30 to 2?
Yeah. Why you looking? What's the problem?
That don't make a difference to me. That don't make a difference to me. That don't make a difference to me.
Yeah, I just want to be back home, get back home in time. Just, cook.
Just you want to get back home and tuck in. That's what you're going to need to do.
Yeah, tuck in, get back home in time so I can count that cash, deposit in the account, just kick back and.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's how we gonna run it.
To you guys is, hey,
what was that?
When is one of y'all gonna jump? When is one of y'all gonna jump out here on this BFL?
Right, so talk to us about BFLs, guys. All right, so now let's just talk about BFLs real quick. So you got the co-angler side, you have the boater side. Some people fish it to win money. Some guys are fishing it to advance to the next level. Some guys are fishing it just so they can learn from the the co-angler may want to learn from the boater side. What as far as fishing BFLs do you see as because you've been fishing it for how long? How long you fished BFLs?
Man, for 7, 8 years, 9 years,
Right.
10
Yeah. So
years
you've been
maybe. I
doing
don't
it
know,
for a minute.
2011. Yeah.
Yeah. So just
But
give
I
everybody
didn't
the
really
rundown.
say
Yeah, I was gonna say just give everybody a
again?
quick rundown of how the BFLs are set up, and I think there's 4 or 5 tournaments per season or something like that, and just kind of how that works.
Yeah, so you have your divisions. Like for instance, I fished Bulldog in Savannah River, Music City. Just Bulldog this year though, but I think it's 4 tournaments with 1 super tournament. The super tournament is 2-day tournament, and then what you're trying to do is qualify for your regional. And your regional usually, like last year, our regional was on. Last year, our regional was on the St. Johns River. But in order to make that, you had to finish in the top. I think 40. I think they moved it to 49, 50 places, something around there. I can't remember exactly.
Gotcha.
But once you made that top percentile, everybody, say for instance, within you got your division, and then you have 3 other divisions, all meet up on that said lake. So I think it was Bulldog Division, South Carolina Division, and I think it might have been the Music City Division that met down at the St. Johns River. Well, the top 6 from there go to the All-American. So like I qualified in the regionals to go down there, then I missed the All-American, which 3 of my buddies went, and 2 of them finished in the top 10 at the All-American. With the All-American though,
is he locking up on us again?
and I think a brand new.
And you're kind of breaking up on us again, Stephen. Can you hear me okay? Hopefully he will come back in again. Yeah, you broke. Okay, you're back now. Yeah. So real quick, so basically, is it 4 or 5 tournaments that they fish like in that series for BFL?
I'd have to look it up real quick, but I believe it's 5, but the 5's including the 2-day tournament.
Okay, so yeah, so let's go with the 5, and then of those 5 tournaments, if you place in the top 40, then you move on to the regionals.
Top 49, top 40, top 50, I cannot remember, but yeah, gotcha. you gotta be in that top range, and then you go to the regionals. The regionals is not paid for. You get into the regionals. Now, if you say for instance you don't make the regional, but you fish all 5 events, you get what's called you get to go into the wild card.
Okay.
And they'll pick a place of the wild card, be some general lake, to where the top 6 of the wild card make it to gosh, did they make it All-American or regional? I can't remember. It qualify. I think it might qualify you to.
Yeah, the regional comes first, and then the All-American after that. Yeah. But
I was talking about the wild card. I don't know if the wild card puts you,
gotcha.
Because it's a combination of everybody that didn't make it.
Right.
So they take everybody that fished 5 events and didn't make it. I can't remember if you win the top 6, you go to the All-American from there, or if you go to another regional. Anyway, most people, when you start getting there, you are trying to win a boat. You're trying to make it to the All-American. It's one of the most prestigious things. There's pros that's won multiple BFLs that don't have an All-American win or berth. It's very, very hard. It takes like a year. It's a whole year process to make it to that tournament.
Right. Yeah. I might try out one, because I know they have one out here on Lanier in August. Are you going to fish that one?
You better believe it. Yeah.
Right.
That's the one in Lanier in August is going to be the 2-day tournament.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So your pay-in is double. So for co-angler, instead of it being 103, it's going to be 203, and then boater is going to, instead of it being 206, it's going to be 200, or it's going to be 412, I believe.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's everything both days. Okay. Gotcha.
You got to make both. You got to make the second day.
Oh, right. So how do they eliminate after the first day? How many?
Is it top 10 or top 12?
Wow, they cut it down that much. I thought it was something more like the
ain't
top
no plan.
20.
They do not.
It's not a top 20 or top 50 or something like that. Okay, yeah, I thought it was more than that. Okay.
No, so they cut it down drastically.
They're knocking them out then if they knocking it down.
So like, so you finish 13, 14, because really theoretically a lake like Lanier, all the weights could be stacked to where if you came in with a 25-pound bag, you could jump. But again, they cut it down. I think it's the top 12. I want to say.
Gotcha.
Top 10 or top 12.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's something I might check that out. Just kind of get my feet wet a little bit. Yeah, doing the BFLs. Yeah. I would
love if we could make our rod bender schedule coincide with the Bulldog schedule like it used to.
Hey, it might be something that we look into for next year. Yeah. Because I mean, it's guys that want to get out and start doing some things, especially with everything, getting back into the full swing and all that.
Yeah. I know COVID's put a damper on a lot of stuff with just trying to get back to normal. This might be our new normal.
Right. Yeah. That's it. All right, guys. Well, looks like the guys have kind of slowed down in the comment section. We have a little business to tend to on Saturday coming up. 200.
Yeah.
What?
Are you putting that on camera? Put that on tape.
I gonna put that because we said 100.
Wait a minute. You said, I mean, why won't you allow me to donate to you? Because you said what you gonna mop me up, you gonna sweep me, you gonna drag all these things.
I am. But I have seen you. I have seen what me beating you down does to you. I've seen how you leave the ramp, you just get discombobulated.
Oh, you looking out for me. You looking out for my emotions.
I'm looking out for your best interest. Help you out.
So is it go for real? Y'all doing it this weekend?
He's not.
Is it for real?
Oh,
I will.
You saying you ain't going down, Ryan?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and cash out my 2 to the third party that's gonna hold it, and then if his 2 pop up,
so who's gonna hold it? Who's gonna hold it? That we need to talk. See, that's a good idea right there.
That's right.
That's a good idea. Let's cash app it to that third party, and when they get it, it's out your hand. So when you
Ryan gonna be down there tomorrow practicing.
Oh, I don't even need no practice.
Oh,
hey, just like they say, when you look at that dude at the end of a marathon, that dude that's in last place, it didn't matter whether he practiced or not. So he's right. He don't need you don't. I've learned you don't have to practice to take a beat down.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to practice to take one.
That's from experience, right?
No, I've heard that. No, I've heard it, and so what will happen is, I mean, people will just give it, and they'll in fact, like for me, I'm like a tailor when it comes out there. I make it to your size. It's gonna perfectly fit you. This beat down is gonna fit you perfectly. You're not gonna have to return it. You have to do it.
So what's the baits? Tell us what is the baits? What's going on down there right now? What should Ryan think about throwing?
What should Ryan think about throwing? I mean, Moneybag need to figure out what he need to think about. Look, I'm gonna throw. Okay,
listen. If you really tell me what you throw, I'll throw the same thing, and I still come in with.
Man, come on, man. I'm gonna throw what I always throw. And I always catch. No,
hold on. Let me think. I'll keep it simple. I'll just knock you out with the shaky head, and that's it.
That's what I throw. You know that's me. I throw shaky head, and I'm gonna throw a jig. And if there is any top water, I'm a pop off. I'm a pop off man.
Okay, I'll catch 1 or 2 on top water on you too.
So I do my pop off, and I know where the big ones live. So I'm gonna go up there. Just
you don't use no pop R. What do you actually throw on? You ain't throwing no pop R.
That's what I throw.
The original Rebel pop R.
Yes, I throw a pop R. I'm that dude, and they blow up on it. And it doesn't matter. Like people always worry about color. Look,
I ain't gonna bring them up. If you keep using that Rebel Pop R.
Hey, you know what? I'm there's a free society. You can come get some of this too. You come out here and get some of this too. You know,
you telling he can get a 2-piece.
I'm gonna be at Eufaula. I'm gonna be at Eufaula, but I mean, you really just throw a regular old fashioned pop R.
Yes. Yes.
I don't believe it.
Why do you not believe that?
Because you bought it from Walmart.
It doesn't matter where I bought it from. Because you know what? when he get it in his mouth and I yank it up into him, he'd ask, when he get up there to the boat, he'd ask me, man, where you get this from? It don't matter where it comes from. I got an old school pop off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you talking. Okay. Talking about one of the special ones.
No, it does. And see, this is the thing. Like people talk about that people buy all these different color pop offs. I'm like, why? The bottom of it is what they're gonna see. So what difference does it make? I don't care what color it is. I throw this pop off.
That's because you're throwing a pop R. If you're throwing some of them other ones, they'd see the other side of the bait.
That's why I don't worry about that. Let me tell you something. When I'm like pop, and I get it, and they explode on it, it's game over. It's game over.
So you don't throw. What's the Mega Bass one? Pop Max 70 or something like that.
I don't get into all that.
Yellow Magic. You don't throw no Yellow Magics.
Don't need none of that. Pop R. That's it. And pop. It works. Why go against what works?
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And then if like I said, if I get up under the dock, especially out there on Logan Martin, if I'm up under some docks, I'm throwing a jig. And it depends on how the bite is. If the bite is kind of tough, I might throw me a wacky with my earthworm.
A wacky.
Logan Martin, y'all got them old red eye spots down there, don't you?
It's a few of them in there.
Don't you have Cooses in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They got some of those in there.
We want to go look. Yeah, I went to Logan Martin a couple of years back.
You can come get it. It's free.
It's
free. That's all it is. I'm just telling you, it's free. I give it out. I'm just giving it out.
Man, let me look and see how long this ride is. Gonna be how many sandwiches I need.
Researching already. Already.
I just need to see how many sandwiches I need to pack.
It's researching already. I'll tell you what.
2 hours and 19 minutes.
Oh, that ain't bad at all.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, y'all sure you don't want to move it to Sunday?
Why? So what's going on? What you gotta do Saturday?
I'm gonna be fishing the BFL.
But he a co-angler, Stephen a co-angler.
Oh, okay.
I'll beat you from the back of the boat.
Come on, man.
I'll beat you from the back of the boat.
You show.
I've been the bus 20 from the back.
Okay. I didn't know you did. So that's what I'm just saying. I didn't know you did. But
yeah, Stephen out there with that Bass University. That's what he's sporting, ain't it? That's what that logo is, right?
Yeah. I can say it's helped a lot. I tried to give I gave y'all some samples so y'all could take a look at it. Nobody want to use it.
I was using it a little bit. I watched one thing you were sent to me.
I'm saying everybody has my stuff to be able to take a look at it.
Okay.
Anytime you want to.
I hear you. So yeah, that's how I handle that business.
Man, y'all sure I don't want to move it to Sunday? I want to get in on this action.
You don't want none of this action. You don't want this action. This heat out.
I'm already my wheels is already turning for Smith. Don't none of y'all throw no soft plastic swim bait up down there?
Well, yeah, I mean I'll throw a swim bait. It depends. I will throw a swim bait.
Throw you throw you a fluke.
Yeah, I just look. My thing is, I don't have to get all exotic with it. Again,
that's true.
If you got a bait, like I was watching Bassmaster this weekend. Everybody had all these poles. I forgot the guy who was leading had 2 poles on the boat. It don't matter. Now, obviously, if you repping for sponsors and stuff like that, then yeah, I gotta have more stuff to look like it. But it's real simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's real simple.
I was there working for Bass University. What I could say was going on at that lake was they could see the fish swimming, but they were pressured. So a lot of guys had multiple things to throw at those fish because the first thing and the second thing wasn't working. And towards the end, it got highly, highly hard and highly pressured. You got guys, I'm hearing stories, guys yelling at guys on the water. Dudes were ready to fight because of the bank. My boy, he got mad on stage. He mentioned something about it, walked off stage. The dude I work with that works with the company. He was, it got real tough out there on them ledges. But a lot of times they do have all those rods because they are picking up, they're seeing something, they're throwing one rod, might be a top water, then all of a sudden Ryan's done it all the time. I see him, he'll be up front, he'll be throwing a crankbait, and all of a sudden he drops his drop shot rig down because he see a fish swimming up under the transducer.
Don't worry about all that. We're not counting them little minnows he be pulling up. Look,
man, don't sleep on that drop shot now.
Man, you know, I was thinking I kind of want to come home and relax early on. So how about the first one to 10 fish? Just go ahead and take everything and we'll just come on home.
I mean, because you catching those little minnows.
Okay, what you want the size limit to be?
You said so the weekend, I think like, it was John Cox with only a couple of rods.
Right, yeah. That guy you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep, exactly.
Appreciate the comment. That
that's
guy
right.
You know is a subscriber.
He done jumped the beaver dam and went through a culvert. And he back in a pocket nobody can get to in that aluminum boat.
Hey,
no, I'm playing. He wasn't that far from the takeoff, if I'm not mistaken.
My thing is this: it's about handling business. You handle business. If the fish are biting, you catch them. Okay, it's just that simple.
Okay, so I think the size limit on that lake is 12 inches. You want to keep it at that, or you want to up it a little bit? What you want to do?
So, I mean, why don't we just go with our just regular 5? It's a 12-inch and 5 fish. You're 5. Why you want to switch it up?
I'm just asking. I mean, so you okay with catching 12-inch fish?
I mean, I don't care
if you okay with catching 12-inch fish, you just say yes. I chicken hawk am okay.
If you want to come in with 5 12-inch fish, then I'll just pull one of my fish out of the bag and look at you and just say game over.
Oh, man,
that's the way you want to do it.
Oh, so you want to up the limit? What do you want the size limit to be then?
I don't have to up the size limit. I'm giving you the opportunity so at least you can come up and say I caught some fish.
So are you thinking that you're gonna catch more than 5, or you gonna just max out at 5 fish? I mean, what kind of day is it gonna be for you?
For me, I will. If the rules are to catch 5 fish, I'm gonna catch 5 fish. Probably a couple of 2-pounders.
Okay.
I know where they live. And if I get up on those 5-pounders, because I know exactly where they live, if they're biting.
Okay. So you okay with the 12-inch size limit?
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm good with it because it doesn't matter to me.
And so if it's 5 fish, you're saying that you just go max out at 5. You ain't gonna catch no more than 5 fish.
It's just 5. It's a 5 fish thing. It's just like this. You know, I do a lot of analogies. So. Like when you go to the
do you think you can catch 10 fish?
You go to the amusement park. You go to the amusement park and you go up to the ride. Okay.
Okay.
The guy doesn't ask me. I don't care that you gotta be this tall. Okay, because I'm way up here. It really doesn't matter. That's somebody else's problem. Okay, that's what I don't worry about. What's the minimum? I don't deal with that. I'm up here. Okay.
So I'm just trying to clarify. So you're okay with catching 12-inch fish? Are you saying that you can catch more than 5, or are you saying you're gonna max right out of 5?
No, it's not about a max out. I'm
so
saying
you can bring in 10. So if it was 10,
I can bring in how many I need to get. However many the limit is, I can bring that in. The point is that
hold on, I left my glasses. I can't read anymore. Can you read the comment, please?
I saw that. He know, hey baby, I'm a hawk. I'm a hawk. 100% hawk. That's how I'm coming, baby.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn into a roast session.
We gonna find out. You gonna find out the hard
the official live stream was over. We went into what's this called? This is overtime or whatever you want to call it.
I'm just trying to tell you.
Okay, so now he's up the limit, 14-inch fish, and then first one to 10 fish. Is that what you?
No.
Oh,
so
I forgot. You said. I'm sorry.
No.
We're keeping it 12 inches.
Keep it 12 inches at Smith Lake. Yeah, it's hard.
Okay. So
that lake can get hard.
Okay, so 12 inches.
Yeah.
And then the first one to 10. Huh?
No, I'm saying we going 5 fish.
Okay.
The most weight of 5 fish.
Okay, so the first one to 5 fish. As soon as you catch 5 fishes.
You bring 5 fish. If you want to stay out there all day and catch you 5 little bitty fish, you do that. I'm gonna catch 5 fish. I could come in when you want to come in. That's where I look at it. Weigh in is at a certain time, but you come in whenever you want to come in. If I want to come in at 10 and just leave my boat sitting out there and letting the live well run, I might go to the store and hang out a little bit. As long as I'm back for weigh in and pull my big old fish up out the live well.
Oh, wow.
That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? It really don't matter.
Okay, so 12 inches, 5 fish. You know how small a 12-inch fish is? Okay. 12 inches.
You have, because what was that? What was that you caught? 0.71?
You may bring up that video clip. You hold on. Let me bring up a video clip of a weigh-in. I can bring it up. You mean bring it? Hold on. Let me bring it up. Hold on real quick. Nah, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna do that.
Hey Ron, I gotta get up out of here. I gotta get back and finish my dinner.
All right, man. But yeah, so it's been real, guys. It has been good. I'm gonna go ahead and end it. But hope the information in here when we talked about Eufaula a little bit at the beginning of the live stream. Hope that helped you guys out. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, we're here to have some fun, guys. We will be back next week. Do it again. I might do another short live stream. What's today? Is today Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. So yeah, I'll do another live stream this week. We can just pull up. You guys let me know in the comments or anything what type of topic that you want to talk about. If you want to revisit Eufaula or whatever, we can do that. But we would definitely be back to discuss the results from this Logan Martin that's going to be coming up. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you did not hit it on the way in. All right, guys.
y'all be easy. Big dog.
Right, guys, I'll see y'all later.
All right.
Right. Chill.
All right, man.
Deuces.
All right, guys. Good times, fun times. I will see you guys on the next video.